This is the plaintiff, Irene Chabior. She said she hired the defendant to install vinyl fence, and he didn't put the thing into the ground properly. She knows this for a fact because a few weeks later, the wind blew the thing over into her neighbor's yard. When she called the defendant and told him she needed his help rectifying the situation, he disappeared and was never heard from again. She's suing for $2,200, the amount she gave the crooked fence installer. This is the defendant, Paul Pedrosa. He says the plaintiff picked out a cheap fencing from Home Depot, and he usually doesn't install garbage, but he agreed to help the lady out. He did a great job installing the thing, but they had a very freak-high windstorm a few weeks later, and the thing fell over due to its poor quality. Bottom line, he did a top-notch job and deserves to be paid. He's accused of not being very sturdy.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff says the defendant screwed up the installation of a vinyl fence, but the defendant says it was a crappy fence, so it's the plaintiff's problem. It's the case of he just doesn't know where to stick it.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Irene Chabior?
Yes.
You are suing Paul Pedrosa for $2,200, a refund of the price of a fence that you paid him to put in that didn't last very long, according to you. What happened?
Correct. Well, yeah, on November 21st, I had called Cape Cod Fence Company because I want an estimate for fence, cedar fence. So he says, oh, my boss is going to call you. So in 2 days later, he called me back and he said that it's a small job, so the boss not going to take. So he said he could install the fence for me.
On the side, like just a side job that he would do.
Because he said they don't have much work and they send him home and he needs money. So I says, okay, come to my house. I'm going to show you what I want and you're going to tell me how much it's going to cost me. So he came over with his cousin and he looked and he said, why don't you get a vinyl fence? Which I said, okay. I said, vinyl is expensive. He goes, no, vinyl went down and you could get a good vinyl, a decent price, a little bit more money than cedar. So I agree. He gave me $2,200 price for the fence with no removal.
Why are you laughing?
I'm nervous. Yes, right.
Get her some water, will you? Okay, go ahead.
And he even told me gonna be much better fence than my neighbor has, which my neighbor has like for 15 years. So I said to him, okay, I like the vinyl fence. And he said, well, we do vinyl, we cement the post and it's, like life warranty. So he says, right now we sign a contract and we agree that I'm gonna give him $1,100 deposit.
Can I see the contract?
Yes.
So you do give him $1,100 as a deposit?
Right. And he's supposed to get the fence.
Oh my goodness, just a little, okay.
Yeah, that's the contract.
Just kind of a blank receipt. Yeah. Okay. And
then he agreed in case anything gonna go wrong, he will come and fix it.
Fix due to weather on the fence.
Yeah, so because he guaranteed, he said the only way the fence will go down if I drive my car through. It's a solid job done.
Okay.
So a few weeks, probably a week and a half.
Did you watch him put up the fence?
Yes, and one thing I did.
Did he pour concrete into?
No. One thing I really, I'm as a woman, I know you get a concrete, you get a wheelbarrow, you mix it with water.
You say I'm just a woman? Is that what you said?
Yeah, and I know more than he does.
Okay, well, yeah, that's usually how it goes. So I'm not sure what that phrase means, but okay.
And you dig a hole, and you put it in, and then
wait. When he's putting in the posts for the fence.
What he did, his wife took a bucket of water, she put the water, and he put the dry stuff inside. So what kind of mixture is that?
Okay, so he poured something in there, but but it wasn't mixed outside.
No.
Okay.
Another thing I find out, that it's supposed to dig 36-inch deep. And I have pictures, it's only 10 inches deep.
Let me see that.
And he cut the rest. So those posts are no good. And I learned this how you install the posts.
Okay, let me see all that. What's going on?
She's right, Your Honor, in somewhat. I know that piece of paper you have over there doesn't match this one.
Let me see.
Nothing says guaranteed or anything. My thing was...
No, she says you wrote on the back.
All right, maybe yes I did.
That sound familiar now?
My thing is, I usually tamp the post.
Wait, but what were you gonna say?
No,
I didn't guarantee it, so the heck with her?
No.
By the way, what happens?
2 weeks later, a little bit of wind. I get up in the morning, I look outside, and I see my fence going back and forth. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was early. I put my glasses, I'm watching my fence. I call him, no answer. So I look again after breakfast. Everything fall apart. And I call him again. I said, shh, fence all over. He didn't ever call me back. Then I knew he's not going to come and fix.
Right.
And
so
I
then
did
you
not
sue.
ask for fence from Home Depot. If I want a fence from Home Depot, I call it, they will bring it, probably install it, and I won't be here.
Right.
Now I have no
luck
fence,
with
no
that.
money, and all the dents on the brand new fence, 2 weeks old. It's not like
Well,
something.
she didn't have much luck with this, so I don't know what you
Right,
mean
yeah.
sarcastically. Good luck with that.
So if the fence blows over in an ordinary kind of windstorm, is that kind of evidence that it was installed improperly?
Well, not necessarily. It is, but it could be an act of God. However,
Well, an act of God has got to be a big.
it had to be something very big. I'd probably say, it wasn't installed properly.
Make a decision for crying out loud.
I mean, it probably wouldn't have been.
Give me a yes or a no.
No.
Okay, there you go. What do you think?
No, I don't think so, because it is the wind, and I feel that.
No, but if you get a new fence and the wind blows it down, I mean, isn't that a thing?
Yeah, I mean, the guy should cover his work. I mean, come on, it's a new fence.
What do you think? You're going to get the last words.
I think that, it is ordinary wind. If it does fall down over kind of an ordinary wind, then,
Yeah, but this is a pretty new fence.
then it wasn't installed properly.
It wasn't installed properly. It's like pulling teeth here today, going inside the courtroom.
What happened?
Well, Your Honor, I said to this young lady, and she's an awesome lady. I'm not going to say she's not. I said to her, you can get good quality fence for $275 a panel, or you can get Home Depot for
No.
$120. She said like this, I'll take the Home Depot. So now when the Home Depot truck pulls up in her yard, how can you not see a big truck that says Home Depot with the cement?
What difference does that make? The problem is not Home Depot. Home Depot sells to millions and millions of
All right,
customers
it's a cheap
day.
material.
The problem is how this was put in.
All right, no.
How deep did you make these posts?
Some of those posts are shorter just because she has a huge tree in her yard and she wanted the perfect straight line. So I told her I only can get 10 inches on some of them, but I'll pour the concrete through the top of the post. And she was fine with that. She watched me through the whole thing. I tamp a post first and then I cement it.
Then why did it last a month?
This, because where she's pointing out to near the tree, the roots are like that. I only could get 10 inches in there, and I told her on a windy day to be careful because that's going to come down. I left
Be
her.
careful. What's she supposed to do? Hey, you told her, here, give me my $2,200. But by the way, on a windy day, be very careful.
No.
What's she going to do? Go out there and hold it with her
What
body?
you paid for. I could have put a panel in her yard that cost
You know that the problem wasn't by the tree, however. The problem was like 10 feet away from the tree.
Right, where that panel blew out, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Exactly what? There's no tree there. What are you talking about? Exactly. How
Can I
does that
see that
prove what?
picture and I'll point it out to you?
Yeah. I want you to explain to me why this would not be 36 inches. The tree's way out here.
This is where I would have the problem. But see what this panel is, they're going to blow out because that's Home Depot. It's not riveted in the tops there. I left her a few of these panels and I told her that's what would happen. I left her a few in her shed there with a post. In case anything was to happen, I told her I would come back and fix it. My phone ended up getting lost, so I shut it off. But when I received the paper for court, I gave her a call and told her all she had to do was get in touch with me and I would have swung by there and fixed it.
How are you gonna
That
fix
post
it?
ain't on the ground. What do you mean? All you got to do, these boards are separate. That's a top rail.
But, okay, everything what you're saying would be fine if this was a straight line. Look at it. Look how it ended up.
You know why?
Why?
Because I had to do that over there because the roots were so big because of that tree. This pocket,
Listen, you basically what you're telling me is I had to do a really bad job and charge $2,200 and it would only last a
no,
month.
what I'm telling
2
you
weeks.
is
Hold on.
Hold on, go ahead and
You
go
can't-
back.
You can go back, but just don't talk.
she got what she paid for.
Oh, she got what she paid for it?
Right.
I don't know. Looks to me like she got a fence for a month.
Oh, then that's
Are
what
most
she paid
people
for.
willing to pay $2,200 for a fence for a month?
Do you see a contract that says that it was going to last 10 years?
I'm going to apply a contract that says that when you charge somebody $2,200, it should last a little longer than a month.
Oh,
do you think
sure.
that's reasonable or do you think that's
No, there was-
unreasonable?
No, unreasonable. First of
you
all,
think
we
it's
had-
unreasonable?
Yeah, first of all, before I
Does
put...
your boss know that you're doing
Listen,
side
first of
jobs
all-
and souring people like this?
Yeah, he knows everything. All right.
Were you fired already?
What? Fired? That's the only complaint I
Did
ever
you
had.
ever call the boss and tell
I
the boss?
try. I went.
ain't gonna return
they
her call.
closed, yeah.
What, the company closed down?
Yeah,
Cape Cod fence is
because
closed
it's
down.
winter.
Oh, no, they're open. He says they're open. Go ahead and
Well,
call again.
I went there, Joanna.
He won't deal with her because of the person she is.
I went.
And what happened? What does she do wrong?
Yeah.
She's miserable.
How is she miserable?
Because she wants it. She wants top quality fence for $1 price.
She just wants it to last longer than a month.
Yeah, but on that material, the winds don't go. We had 50, 60 mile an hour
Then don't
winds.
put that material
That's
in.
what she
it
wanted.
wasn't 50, 60 miles.
No.
I pulled the record of that day.
Oh, did
there
you?
were gusts of 40,
What day
and there
was
were
that?
no. You stop. There were sustained winds of 18. So no, there was no hurricane that day. It blew over when someone went.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Pay the
her.
lady back her money. No,
Yeah,
$2,200 in court cost verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Spend a moment out here and. All right, so the defendant's out here in the hallway, and what's?
Hey, could I? This lady's crazy. She doesn't.
Well, you
know.
said she was an awesome lady. You
She
know,
is.
She's awesome.
She plays the role pretty damn good, you know. I guess it's the hairdo. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, but arguing with the judge in there is not. It's not a good way to.
You're absolutely
defense,
right.
Right?
got
How'd
paid-
that work out?
No, I lost in that part, but you know,
Okay.
it's all good. We all leave here happy.
All right,
She goes
okay,
her way,
all
I
right.
go my way. I'll take my
All
fence
right,
back. Hey,
okay.
do I get my fence back for
All
the
right, we'll check
2200?
that out for you. We'll check
All right.
that out. All right, head right down this way. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so come on in here. I don't know. He says you're awesome. Then he says something else.
Well, he the one that put cheap fence. I asked for good fence, and Judge Billian, beautiful. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome, Harvey.
Okay, short and sweet. The fence goes back to the defendant. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.